big league career. The Dodgers suffer their worst home loss in franchise history. They get blown out by the Cubs at home. We also have some updates on when we could see Clayton Kershaw, Evan Phillips, Michael Kopech back, and Hesson Kim is raking down at the minor league level. All that more coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
Another payoff. Benny got him with a slider. Clayton Kershaw. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie mashed. It's a grand slam. 3 innings. Stop it. And game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to an emergency episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show Saturday night in Los Angeles, going live because the Dodgers just suffered their worst shutout loss, a 16-0 blowout loss to the Chicago Cubs. It was the worst home shutout loss in franchise history and their worst shutout loss since 1965. It eclipsed their 15-0 loss in 1898 to the Pirates. An absolute blowout loss by the Dodgers at the hands of the Chicago Cubs. And former Dodger Michael Busch was a major reason why. Getting the best of his old team, Michael Busch ends up 4 for 6 tonight with a home run and 3 RBIs. The Dodgers offense just didn't do enough, did not show up. They go 6 for 32, 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position, 0 extra base hits for the Dodgers lineup tonight. Teoscar had a 2-hit game. Freddie Freeman had a single. He had 6 hits total for the Dodgers. Muncy got a hit. Taylor got a hit. Shohei got a hit. But just 3 opportunities with runners in scoring position. The Cubs out-hit the Dodgers tonight 21-6. 21-6. Yes, the Cubs have the best offense in Major League Baseball so far to start the season. But the Dodgers got absolutely boat raced at home by the Chicago Cubs. And what makes this game so weird is that the most encouraging thing is the thing that you were looking for most was that their rookie phenom pitcher, Roki Sasaki, would take something positive from it, would take a step in the right direction, and he certainly did that. It was the longest outing of Roki Sasaki's career. He goes 5 innings, gave up just 1 run on 4 hits. Strikeout numbers weren't incredible, just 3 strikeouts, just 7 swings and misses tonight, but he was throwing strikes. He has made some mechanical adjustments that have allowed his lower body to be a little more engaged and a little more consistent toward the plate. Through 81 pitches, 54 strikes. That was encouraging. But if it weren't for an Andy Pages incredible catch, it could have been worse. It could have been a shorter outing for Roki Sasaki, but thanks to Andy Pages and the play that he makes, a catch that, quite frankly, was the nicest catch that we've seen from Andy Pages there in the top of the 3rd inning. Michael Busch had a .790 expected batting average on that fly out to center fielder in the top of the 3rd inning, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But this is not good baseball by the Los Angeles Dodgers. The offense has just not been there. If you've seen the Dodgers offense, please return them to 1000 Vin Scully Avenue as soon as possible. Yesterday, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who has not gotten run support all season long, thankfully Tommy Evans stepped up and gave him a nice 3-run shot to get him the win and give the Dodgers the win. But Shohei hasn't been hitting consistently enough, hasn't been doing damage enough. Mookie, Freddie has just gone back. Teo's been hitting, but still, this Dodgers offense has not looked good, especially the bottom of the lineup. not giving run-producing opportunities to Shohei Ohtani. And look, I know you want to talk about Roki. I know you want to talk about Miguel Rojas's hilarious impressions of the Dodgers pitchers, and I have those clips, and we'll talk about that. That was great. I love that. But honestly, the first thing I'm talking about tonight is not even a player that's on the Dodgers Major League roster. Not even a player that's in the show right now. I'm talking about a player who's down at the minor league level, and his name is Ha-Seong Kim. We had Alex Friedman on, the OKC play-by-play broadcaster, and we talked about Kim at length. And it's clear to me that things have worked out for him as far as the swing changes, as far as him getting acclimated to the big league roster. And I think that he's going to be in a better position to be acclimated to that big league roster because of the success that he's having. And Ha-Seong Kim tonight hit not one but 2 home runs. His first home run down there for AAA, the Oklahoma City Comets, 106 mile per hour, 462-foot shot off the blast for his second of the night. If the Dodgers offense can't get it going, there's a lot of guys down there. Ha-Seong Kim, Alex Friedland, guys that are just going out there and really hitting. And I think if you are the Dodgers right now, you're looking for a spark. Look, I know they want to give Ha-Seong Kim 50 games, 54 games. Allow him to put those swing changes into good use. Allow him to adjust to life in America. Allow him to make those adjustments to being a big leaguer. And that's totally 100% understandable. But if this offense continues to struggle, and I know that Andy Paz made a great play defensively tonight, if this offense continues to struggle and they need a spark, Ha-Seong Kim deserves an opportunity sooner than later. I mean, I just don't understand how you can keep him off the roster if he continues to hit like that. Because this is a Dodgers offense that just could not get a rally going yesterday, tonight. And it's not like they were going up against prime Randy Johnson, prime Pedro Martinez, prime Max Scherzer. It wasn't like that. They were going up against Ben Brown, who before tonight's start, he entered this game with a 7.71 ERA, a 2.23 whip. And how does he fare against the Dodgers? He holds them scoreless tonight. Ben Brown goes 6 innings, 5 Ks, 5 hits, no earned runs. He gets the win tonight. This offense, they need to get something going. They need a spark. They need more consistency. They need the bottom of the lineup to turn that lineup over. And the thing about Ha-Seong Kim is what did we see a couple years ago with Gavin Lux? A guy that has some speed, a guy that can get the bat to the ball. It's not relying on slug. Shohei Ohtani, if you're going to bat him leadoff, he needs a second leadoff hitter down in the bottom of the order. Ha-Seong Kim, bat to ball, speed on the base paths. He projects as someone that could certainly help this team. Yes, Paul has the potential to slug more at this level, certainly. But if he can't hit, and yes, he did make a great play, and we're going to talk about in a second. If he can't hit consistently, I think that you really have to have some difficult conversations about, hey, yeah, we wanted to wait 50 games. Yeah, we wanted to wait 54 games. Yeah, we wanted to wait until we were a third of the way through the season. That is what Andrew Friedman said. And if that's the case, that's great. That's okay. But Ha-Seong Kim certainly looks like someone who is going to force his way onto the field. Dave Vassay, the great Dave Vassay, he had Andrew Friedman on his show not too long ago, and Friedman basically said, hey, 1/3 of the way through the season, we'll kind of assess and make some hard assessments on some of the players and the positions and things that we've been working on early in the year. But, I mean, can you really allow an offense struggle and have your 7, 8, 9 hitters hit below 200 for long stretches and have an offense that isn't generating enough runs? So, yeah, I mean, look, this team still great record. You're in a really nice competitive division. But I think that you got to kind of push the clock forward on Ha-Seong Kim. And, yeah, that's kind of how I'll leave it. I've seen enough I want to see Ha-Seong Kim sooner than later. I don't have to. If I have to fly to OKC and get him myself, I'll do it because I think that he's done everything right. It looks like he, at the very least, is going to give you a chance to at least put more balls in play and get a way to just kind of provide a spark to this offense. Sign me up. So we'll talk some more Kim in a little bit, but let's get into tonight's Roki Sasaki start. Because like I said, I mean, if there's one thing that you can take away from this, other than Miguel Rojas is really awesome at doing impressions of Dodgers starting pitchers, it is that Roki Sasaki, yes, it wasn't incredible, but he did take a step in the right direction. And that is the fact that this was his longest outing of his young career. He's made just a handful of starts. 4th start. Cubs, Tigers, Braves. I mean, you look at kind of the teams that the Dodgers have faced this season, the pitchers they've gone up against, and yeah, I mean, Roki Sasaki had a positive start in Philly. Comes back home, goes 5 innings, throws more strikes, and if you look at kind of how this stuff played, velocity topped out at 98.3 miles per hour, threw a lot of splitter, but also was throwing some slider tonight. And I talked to Roki in Tokyo about the importance of that slider, and he mentioned it. Hey, for me to truly realize my potential at this level, I'm going to need to throw that pitch. And tonight he threw 14 sliders tonight. The velocity was up. And I think that's definitely encouraging. But just kind of looking into his outing tonight, he comes out, top of the first inning, goes 1, 2, 3. Impressive first inning. Second inning, Michael Busch at the plate. He gets ahead in the count, which is really the most important thing for his secondaries to play up, is getting ahead in the count, getting that first strike with that fastball. And then on the 6th pitch to the at-bat, Michael Busch, he crushes a solo shot to left, 378 feet. That gives the Cubs an early 1-0 lead. And it wasn't the worst pitch in the world. It really wasn't the worst pitch in the world. If you look at the at-bat, if you look at the pitch, it was a pitch that, look, it was a 4-seam fastball, a little off the plate on the outside, and give Michael Busch credit. He put a good swing on it. He went up in, he got it, and he hit it out for a solo shot.
Team that traded him. Hammers this ball in the air to center field.
And then a little later with Michael Busch really having the game of his life against the Dodgers, 3rd inning, that's where he got himself into trouble. Crow Armstrong, he flied to left, and then he issues the 1-out walk to Kelly. Then Ian Happ, he singled, 4-seam fastball, caught too much to the plate. Then he walks Tucker. So a combination of base hits, a combination of walks, and then a couple batters later with the bases loaded, Andy Paz made a phenomenal catch. Just look at this catch Andy Paz made. A 790 expected batting average for Michael Busch. It looked like it was going to blow this game wide open, but Andy Paz makes a great catch, a great read, extends his arm, and he saved at least 2 runs, possibly 3, on this great catch on the warning track.
Team that traded him. Hammers this ball in the air to center field. Paez to the track, to the wall. He makes the grab. Andy Paez, robbery against the wall.
So, fantastic catch by Andy Paz. Got to give him credit. I hope that Roki Sasaki leaves him a bottle of sake like he did for Miguel Rojas, because he certainly saved his ERA early on. And look, here's the thing. For as bad as you think Roki Sasaki has pitched, it really has not been that bad. It's just been overblown because all the hype surrounding him. The truth is, Michael Busch's home run in this game against Roki Sasaki there in the 2nd inning, that was the first extra base hit against him this season at the major league level. It was the 47th batter he faced, and that was the first extra base hit. So it's not like he's been getting up a lot of home runs and triples and doubles. No, he just has struggled with command. So, yeah, I mean, and then the first couple innings didn't allow any walks. Didn't allow any walks. He did up the single and some hits, but still, I mean, that was kind of the big difference. And then you move on, you get the big play by Andy Pages. The Dodgers still feeling good, going up against a pitcher with an ERA above 7, trailing 1-0. Then you jump to the fourth inning, top of the fourth, a 1-2-3 inning for Roki. He punches out Swanson on 3 pitches. Nasty splitter down in the zone, down away, had that nasty bite to it. And then he gets turned to fly to right. He gets Horner to ground to short. Then the fifth inning, Roki Sasaki goes back out there. He gets Crow Armstrong looking at a slider. So positive. Having that third pitch to get strikeouts with, gives up the single to Kelly, gives up the single to Happ. So back-to-back singles there, but then gets Tucker to foul out to third. And then with Amaya hitting for Suzuki, Amaya flied to left. So it gives up 2 hits there in that fifth inning, but was able to work his way around it and does go 5 innings. And he left the game trailing 1-0. 1-0 after 5. You're thinking, okay, it's going to be a tie game. Dodgers are going to come back, right? No, that did not happen. Ben Kasperius, top of the 6th inning, gives up a leadoff double to Bush. Couple of batters later, old friend Justin Turner, he gets a single to center. That scored Bush to make it 2-0 Dodgers. Then jump to the top of the 7th inning. That's where the wheels fell off. Kasperius out there. He gives up a solo shot to Kelly. That makes it 3-0. Then he walks Happ. He gives up a single to Tucker. Then Amaya singled. That scored Happ. That made it 4-0. Bush single. That scored Tucker. Made it 5-0. Swanson single to left. That scored Amaya to make it 6-0. The Dodgers just falling behind, and with an offense that hasn't been able to muster much, that 6-0 deficit felt like it was 60-0. And then a couple batters later, after Workman grounded into a fielder's choice, he steals second, and then Horner hit a sac fly to make it 7-0 Cubs. Then in comes Luis Garcia, who gets the final out. He gets Crow Armstrong to line to center for the final out of the inning. But 5 runs on 5 hits there in the 7th inning to take a 7-0 advantage. And then you jump to the top of the 8th, and it got from bad to worse with Luis Garcia on the mound. Leadoff walk to Kelly. Happ double to right. Tucker singles to center to score 2 to make it 9-0. Then Amaya, he hits a 2-run shot to make it 11-0. And then that was it for Luis Garcia. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about Luis Garcia, because we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about Luis Garcia maybe a week from now, because when Evan Phillips comes back, there's a really good chance that he gets DFA'd, and he'll be one of those names that you talk about as random Dodgers who got rings when the Dodgers won the 2026 World Series, in all due respect. So that's just the truth. And then Miguel Rojas comes into the game, and let's have some fun now. Dodgers down 11-0. You got a position player pitching for the first time of the year for the Dodgers in Miguel Rojas. And my man was breaking out impressions better than Frank Caliendo, better than Ari Spears, better than Jay Farrow. Here's his impression of Clayton Kershaw.
Yes.
Brought up the Clayton Kershaw. By the way, Miguel Rojas, he saved Clayton Kershaw the no-hitter in 2014 with the incredible throw that he made on the grass at third base. And then you got the dugout. It's a tough game, but they're laughing because you got Miguel Rojas out there doing his Clayton Kershaw. But he broke out a lot. I mean, the Roki Sasaki was amazing. Here's his impression of Roki.
Sure, it's somebody. Who is that? I know there's people at home screaming at the TV. They have it.
I love he got the leg kick in there. He's leaning back. The Roki might have been my favorite. And then this is the second time we've seen him do a Landon Knack. So Landon Knack, you know how he has his routine on the mound and what he looks like. Here's his impression of Landon Knack.
He goes through the whole staff. He's just wiggling his hips.
Landon doing the lean back, right, like how he does this. That was great. And then he wasn't done, of course. I mean, he did the Yamamoto as well. Here's his of Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Using Yoshi's glove. It worked last night. Let's see. Was it the arm or was it the glove? What is this delivery he's doing?
Hey, imitation is the best form of flattery. I think that's a reason why Miguel Rojas is such a beloved teammate, unless your name is Jazz Chisholm, because he can bring some levity, bring some light to a situation, because the Dodgers certainly needed it tonight on a night where they suffered their worst home blowout shutout loss in franchise history. And unfortunately, Miguel Rojas, the impressions were good, but he still gave up some runs. The pitching wasn't that great out there. He did get his way out there when he comes in for Luis Garcia there in the 8th. He got Bush to fly to center, Swanson to fly to center, gave up a single to Workman, but then he got Horner to ground to short. So the Dodgers give another 4 runs on 4 hits there in the 8th. And then in the top of the 9th inning, after a Crow Armstrong double to right, Mickey Rowe gives up a 2-run shot to Kelly. That made it 13-0 Cubs. Then Birdie, by the way, Dodgers hater, he comes in for Tucker. He singled to center. Then Amaya was hit by a pitch. Then Michael Bush, he tomahawks a double to right. That scored another run to make it 14-0 Cubs. A few batters later, Workman with a runner on second. He doubled to right to score Amaya to make it to score 2 runs. Amaya scored and Bush scored. That made it 16-0. Horner did single to left after that, but he was able to get Crow Armstrong to fly to right to end the frame. But they get 5 runs on 6 hits in the top of the 9th inning. And then bottom of the 9th inning, the Dodgers don't get much. So, yeah, just an ugly game. You got to flush it. I mean, it's only April. It does count as just one game. Believe it or not, even though it's 16-0, it does count as just one game in the standings. You hate to see it. There's no doubt about it. But, yeah, I mean, an ugly game at Dodger Stadium. I mean, I will say that it would be a lot worse if the reason why they lost 16-0 was if Roki Sasaki put up the line that Ben Casperius put up tonight, right? You'd be like, oh, wow. I mean, is there something really wrong with Roki? Are we talking about maybe moving him down to AAA to figure it out? No, the truth is Roki not only went 5 innings, had the slider going, was throwing more strikes. Now it's just about getting that swing and miss with the strikes. And another thing, too, with Roki Sasaki's outing as a whole, just didn't miss bats, right? 7 swinging strikes and also a lot of hard contact against him. A lot of exit velocities that were north of 95 miles per hour. 9 times in this one, he had exit velocities that were 95 miles per hour or more. So there's that. Did just have 2 walks, struck out 3. So, I mean, not a great strikeout to walk ratio, but at least you're seeing improvement on that end from the walks and the command and the fact that, look, he just did allow 1 run, and it was the first time that he got an extra base hit. So I still think that Roki Sasaki, all things considered, I still think he's even ahead of schedule when you consider the fact that he's a rookie pitching in America for the first time at this level. I mean, I truly do. I know a lot of people want to jump the gun on that. And then Ben Casperius, I mean, gives up 6 runs in 1 2/3 innings. Only one of those runs was in the 6th, but he gave up the home run, the walk, 4 singles to the first 6 batters in the 7th inning. So, look, Ben Casperius has been great. I still think he's going to be a major part of this team this season. Everyone's due for a clunker. He had his today. And I think Luis Garcia, there's not really much to be said about him because I'm telling you, he's going to get DFA'd at some point. Then Miguel Rojas, he's a position player pitching. So, yeah, I mean, I will say that you got to give Michael Bush some credit. I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, the double, the home run, I mean, a lot of hard contact. But, yeah, Dodgers lose tonight. But let me know down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on tonight's loss, man? Not a good time at Dodgers Stadium. We got Greasy saying Shohei's washed. Okay, that's crazy. Dave Roberts now wants to be a player manager. We got people saying season's over, man. Mr. G, the world is ending. Dodgers lost a game. Beer Sama said we needed Brent Honeywell. George Shohei should have 10 home runs by now. He's struggling. Bang Bang says get rid of Rojas. He hasn't done a damn thing. Hey, great impressions. 2 hits yesterday. We've got Delirium Ben Brown ERA coming in tonight's game 7+. He was a Cy Young tonight. Yeah, we mentioned that at the top of the show. Entering this game with a ERA north of 7, and then he holds this Dodgers lineup at home scoreless. So, yeah, baseball's crazy. I like this from Plant. Yog says 16-0 toilet game. Yeah, you got to flush this one for sure. Roki of the year for Tim G. We've got run differential. Took a beating today. That's from Joel Rodriguez. Sure. Yeah, you look at the run differential. It definitely, this is kind of one of those games where you kind of look at it and you say, okay, this is a Dodger team that kind of benefited from that years past as far as they would blow out teams a lot, but sometimes they would win by a close margin. But, yeah, I remember, look, a couple years ago, I mean, I was at the game where they lost 15-0 to the Giants with Bobby Miller on the mound, and it happens. The Dodgers, though, they're sitting at third place in the NL West. The Padres in first at 12-3. Giants in second place at 10-4. Dodgers third in 11-5. And you look at the run differential for the Dodgers, they're at a +2. That's a lot, in large part due to tonight, as you mentioned that. And then you got the Diamondbacks and the Rockies behind them. But we got to losing 11-0. What's so funny? Dude should have gone 7 innings. Ohtani's batting .295 with a .944 OPS. It still feels like he's struggling. Yeah, I mean, he set the bar so high that anytime that he goes a couple of games without doing something special, home runs, doubles, triples, whatever it may be, it feels like there's something wrong. But truly, let's be honest. I mean, tomorrow the Dodgers probably blow out the Cubs, or they win 1-0 or something like that, with Tyler Glasnow going up against Justin Steele tomorrow on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. We've got we're now third in the NL West, but also still third overall. Dino's 51-50. When we lose this bad, can you turn the commercial frequencies down? Interesting take there. We got Jose Aguirre. So you want me to cry and say the season is over because of a meaningless game in April? We've got one loss won't kill us. Season is too early to be over. Dodgers fans panic more than Laker fans in the playoffs. Yeah, the sky is not falling. The sky is not falling, Dodgers Nation. It's an ugly loss. It's a improbable loss. But there's also some other positive news before the game from Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts said that Tony Gonsolin and Evan Phillips will both pitch in OKC on Tuesday. We could see Tony Gonsolin, Evan Phillips back very quickly. Evan Phillips is still looking to check some last couple boxes off before he gets back with this team. But Dave Roberts did say that things are looking good from a velocity standpoint. I expect Evan Phillips to be back possibly by next week, and I think they'll DFA Luis Garcia. And he also said Clayton Kershaw will pitch in OKC on Wednesday. So Clayton Kershaw has said that his arm feels great. It's just about the toe recovering so he could push off to get that extra little bit of velocity. So Clayton Kershaw in OKC on Wednesday. That should be exciting. Then Michael Kopech, he's going to throw a bullpen in Los Angeles and rejoin the club on Tuesday. And then Blake Snell, he's going to pick up a ball and start throwing on Monday. So definitely some positive news on the injury front. So you definitely like to see that. We've got, let's see, we got True Prime. We got, let's see here what we got. The sorry Padres, no ring. We got I hate the Padres. That's what A.U. Potter. Tom V, hopefully it's a wake-up call. Kind of lost. Team is sitting back and waiting for things to be given to them. Paul Ringo, pitching. We get it. That. Damn, D-Mac, we need a hug. NS, yeah, here's my hug. Here you go. There's my hug. Kind of like Vince Scully, remember? The air hug. I'm your shoulder to cry on tonight. This is actually an emergency show. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to come on live tonight, but you guys know how we get down. We get to bottom of the lineup needs to go, just wasted at bats. It's Teacher Appreciation Day. I blame the teachers. That's from Donut Smasher. One Beer Sama. I need an Albert Pujols hug after tonight's game. Yeah, the DH, the designated hugger, Albert Pujols. We got the PED Drays. We have the Padres. I hope the Padres aren't in the chat saying anything. I mean, come on now. That SS will quickly wear and tear. Mookie Betts. Alex Renteria, thank God for the pitching. That's been helping this team. The bats are poo-poo. Yeah, what up, Delirium? No hugs from behind, no Diddy. Come on, George. What's up, Rosemary Rodriguez? Also, why is Barnes swinging? Yeah, I mean, look, Austin Barnes, Dave Roberts said before the game that they're going to kind of manage Will Smith to make sure that he's going to have a lot left in the tank towards the end of the season, because with catchers, naturally, because of the wear and tear and the rigors of that position, it's tough. It's not easy to be a backstop in Major League Baseball, so they are recognizing that earlier this season, and they want to make sure that Will Smith doesn't hit 200 for the last 3 months of the year like he did last year. So you're going to see Austin Barnes. We got some more. We got that was brutal. Sports cards, report cards. Luis Garcia's Johan Ramirez 2.0. Hey, don't mess with the Johan. Mookie needs to go back to right. Mookie ain't a shortstop. Shuey need Jobu. Yeah, if we lose tomorrow, man, like seriously, if it's a blowout, I'll bring out a Shuey for you guys, man, just to try to reverse the curse or reverse the bad mojo if it's a bad loss for sure. Jose D-Mac, the certified glizzy gobbler. If you haven't yet, guy, go watch. You guys taking a lot of heat for that thumbnail that I did not make, by the way, but I still found it pretty hilarious that it's out there. I'm sure opposing fan bases will take advantage of that at some point. But yeah, if you haven't yet, go watch the video we dropped on the new Dodger Stadium foods. Barnes and Rojas are dead weight. Hey, like I said, I spent 10 to 15 minutes preaching for Ha-Seong Kim. I'm planning on a trip down to Oklahoma City to talk to him. And look, he's in great shape. The defense has always been there. They gave him some things to work on from a hitting standpoint. Look, the truth is, if you think he's going to be a part of your team in the postseason, the sooner you can get him up and see how he does against big league pitching, the sooner you can really evaluate and assess the talent on this team. So, look, at some point, he's going to make it impossible for them to keep him off the big league roster for sure. NS, that S was hilarious. You're the king, D-Mac. Well, my man, as appreciate you, my guy. Cheers on this Saturday night. Coachella going crazy. You guys into that? Saw it on YouTube. D-Mac hot dog curse is real. Steve Salvador, the D-Mac hot dog curse is real. D-Mac, what about Muncy? Yeah, Muncy had a base hit tonight. He's had a slow start for this season. We'll see what happens with Muncy. I mean, I think that you look at where he's at in his career, for him to be a part of this nucleus, how he helps his team most is slugging. And we're waiting for Max Muncy to leave the yard and hit that first home run of the season. So, yeah, he switched the torpedo bat, and he had that big game-tying double in the walk-off home run game of Shohei Ohtani when he had his MVP bobblehead night. But, yeah, he's someone else that needs to get going for sure. Like I said, if you guys have seen the entire Dodgers offense, please return them to 1000 Vince Scully Avenue, because these guys are so talented. We know they're better than what they're doing right now. And I think that's another encouraging thing, because their record would say that they're one of the best teams in baseball, but they haven't played their best baseball yet. And I expect Max Muncy to get close to 30 home runs. I expect you have to expect that, and then it doesn't happen, then you have to start asking some questions, right? But yeah, we got D-Mac. Imagine if they can't hit the Rockies in this series coming up. Yeah, that would be scary. I am expecting Bobby Miller to come up and pitch that Wednesday game, by the way. Just kind of throwing that out there. If you guys remember, before it was announced, I told you guys it was going to be Knack and Robleski. So just, not saying it's official or anything like that. But, D-Mac, what up, Martin True? What up, Ha-Seong Kim batting ninth would be huge for Shohei to have someone in front of him. Yeah, that's what I said at the top of the show. Having that second leadoff type of hitter would be just absolutely massive for sure. They better win on Jackie Robinson Day. I'll be there in attendance from Jose Aguirre. Yeah, man, I'll be there too. So hopefully I run into you, my man. Yeah, DJ Vader. I don't want Bobby Miller. Hey, Bobby Miller looks really good. They've simplified his pitch mix. He's healthy again. Don't sell that Bobby Miller stock. I'm telling you, man. He was pitching injured. I wouldn't say, just talking to him, man, like 70% of his starts, like something like that. Like he was literally modifying his mechanics and his delivery to try to be able to pitch through a shoulder injury. That's why the velocity was down. The stuff wasn't as great as it was his rookie season. So I want to see what Bobby Miller looks like back to full strength. and then we'll judge from there, because I'm still a big Bobby Miller guy for sure. Cemented relationship, having a position player to pitch shouldn't be done because the team just starts teeing off. That's the main reason for the shutout. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the debate. I think they have the rule in place now when you can use a position player, and I think that definitely helps for sure. I mean, for me, kind of Major League Baseball, you can't have a mercy rule, right? Because if I come to see a game, I really need to see my full value. But now it's if they're trailing by 8 or more runs at any point, or if they're leading by 10 or more runs in the ninth, or if the game is in extra innings, you can kind of use that rule and take advantage of it. So they have rules in place for that, guys. But a couple more here, guys. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Thanks for rocking with us here on this emergency edition of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. By the way, if you guys haven't yet, do me a huge favor. If you're Lakers fans out there, if you want to win a Luka Doncic jersey, go to my new YouTube channel, my new show, The Big Lead. It's from the website, The Big Lead. And yeah, I'm also doing Dodgers breakdowns there for full game highlights that we can't show here. So a lot of Dodgers stuff over there, and we're giving away a Luka Doncic Lakers jersey once we hit 2,000 subscribers, a brand new channel. So go comment Luka Magic over there. And then we're also going to announce our next giveaway for Dodgers Nation. The Roki Sasaki jersey winner did claim that. So that's exciting stuff for sure. Like I said, we did talk about Ben Kasperius. You just did not have it tonight. I mean, you look at Ben Kasperius's his season. I mean, he's been massive for this team. He really has. But tonight, 8 2/3, 6 runs on 7 hits, a walk and a strikeout. So yeah, the Dodgers took a beating tonight, and yeah, you kept Ben Kasperius in for the 6 runs. I mean, you really kind of put him in a bad spot, but you kind of look at where the Dodgers were tonight as a team. Someone kind of had to wear it, and yeah, I'm sure that he's getting a lot of love in that Dodgers clubhouse for doing something that players don't love doing. That's going out there and wearing it for the bullpen and the rest of the team. And I mean, for him tonight, I mean, the velocity was fine. It's just the command wasn't where it needed to be, and that's a really, really potent Cubs offense. Why have the Dodgers worn their alternate road grays with Los Angeles? Yeah, I mean, that'll happen. They'll definitely do it. Conforto has been ice cold. Yeah, got a base hit the other night, but he has definitely been cold a little bit. Ron Fig, tomorrow night, Glassdown is going to shove, and we will rake on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Yeah, we absolutely will. Low, man, did I see this coming? Ray Barrios, Luka going to steal Shohei's thunder pretty soon? I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think Luka has a chance to be one of the best players of his generation. Shohei has the chance to be the best player of his sport in the history. So they're as great as Luka is. And Luka, I mean, I don't know if Luka. I mean, having said that, I think if Luka can lead the Lakers to a deep run in the playoffs where you beat the Warriors potentially in the first round, and then you go and you beat the Nuggets and the Thunder or the Celtics, and he's the MVP of those series. Look, LA is a two-sport town. LA is a two-sport town, and it always will be. It always will be a two-sport town. It'll always be a two-team town. It's Lakers and Dodgers, okay? And Lakers are huge. So, yeah, I think for the time being, for sure, I think all-time stuff, Shohei's ceiling is higher than what Luka's ceiling is to what he could be in the NBA versus what Shohei could go down as in Major League Baseball. But yeah, I mean, you guys, I don't know if you guys are born and raised in this town, those Laker car flags start going up, Lakers start winning, there's nothing like it. It's the same thing with the Dodgers, man. I mean, I'm born and raised in this town, and there's 2 teams. You know what I mean? That's it. And you know, Rams have great fan base for sure. USC football, great fan base for sure. UCLA basketball, football, Kings, all this awesome stuff for sure. But when it boils down to it, that's the truth, man. It's a Dodgers town, it's a Lakers town for sure, 100%. We got Luka can beat any team. Kings too. I mean, like, if you're gonna pick a hockey team for sure, no, I love the Kings. Let's go Kings. D-Mac, do you have a favorite Dodger of all time? Or currently? I mean, it's kind of weird because like now I kind of, you know, I'm in the clubhouse, I interview these guys, I talk to these guys pretty frequently, and you know, it's tough to say I have like a favorite one now. or anything like that. But I would say that the all-time, all-time is pretty tough. All-time, I would say, my all-time favorite Dodger, I would probably have to say Clayton Kershaw. I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, I grew up in that generation. He was kind of like our guy. But, yep, guys. But I'm also, I mean, Jackie Robinson Day is coming up. I'm really proud to be covering and a fan of the franchise that had Jackie Robinson and broke the color barrier, and that to me means a lot to me. I didn't get to see him play, of course, live for sure. Raul Mondesi, first favorite Dodger for sure. Raul. But yep, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodger Nation post-game show. Give me your reaction down below to the worst home franchise loss in Dodgers history. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Rosemary says her first favorite Dodger was Sean Green, and he was my first crush. I'm going to try to get Green on the show pretty soon. But that's to do it, guys. You are the best in the game. Appreciate you rocking with me here on this Saturday night, even after a loss. That's how awesome you guys are. That's why you're the best fans in the game. That's why you're top 2, not 2, because, hey, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Major League Baseball. You guys are here for the wins and the losses, and that's why you are the best in the game. But thanks again, guys. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Adam818. Thanks, Jay Bullet. Thanks, Lowe. Thanks, Ray Soto. Thanks, Mike G. Thanks, Tayo Serrano and Glenn Ishii and JS, who says Steve Yeager. I could stay here and chat all night, but instead, we are going to be back tomorrow, guys. But thanks again, guys. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and even though the Dodgers lost, hit the like button if you want to see them win tomorrow. And most importantly, remember that there is nothing that brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue.